What up? What up? What up? Make sure we get straight. I'm gonna start a little bit early, man, because it's Friday, the weekend. Had to come in and do some stuff real quick, but we still on the porch, baby. We still on the porch. Gotta make sure we right. Make sure y'all follow your boy, like, subscribe, comment, whatever, all that stuff, whatever, man. Got to apologize because it's been a delay because I've been trying to get right or whatever, but been so busy, whatever, just running around doing what I got to do, whatever, all that stuff. But definitely had to talk about this joint because it needs to be talked about, man. And I went up into the barber shop. Shout out to my barber Paul. I'm gonna go see today, whatever, and Darren and all them, whatever, up in Mrs. Smith's in Laurel, whatever. You know what I mean? So we was chatting about, just some stuff about loafing or whatever. You know what I mean? I can't stand that loafing stuff, man. You already know that I despise that, man. So they was going into it with me or whatever about um, how people do what they want or whatever, man. But I just can't stand it or whatever. It ain't my cup of tea, whatever. I don't like the lines blurred as far as like friend versus relationship or if we messing around or whatever, you get what I'm saying or whatever. I just like to go straight at it and tell the truth and be honest, not leave nobody on and not waste nobody's time. That's just me. And for me, again, I'm on the porch, but when I was out there, whatever, like I ain't had no problem. I didn't need to be around females or whatever. It's just friends, or whatever. Like if my homeboys wasn't going out, I ain't no problem going nowhere by myself or whatever and doing my thing. You get what I'm saying? And I'm a sociable person, so I'm gonna meet people regardless or whatever, even if we don't do nothing, whatever. Just casual conversation, just being out and about in the streets or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? That's just how I am. I don't need to have it pre-organized already to have a friend with me or so I'm not alone and all this stuff. And if I'm by myself, I'm just lonely. You get what I'm saying? That's not my get down or whatever. But I can't knock the next man for what they want to do, whatever. But don't be preaching that stuff out saying that you gotta be this way or whatever or else or whatever. Everybody got their own get down or whatever. And it is what it is. Whatever works for them, works for them. But like I said, I don't want nobody to be like me or how I was or whatever, because everybody can't. Everybody's got a different personality trait and the way they operate and organize. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you got to be true to yourself, what you want to do and what you want, and go at it that way. You know what I'm saying? And stop telling people that they need to be like you. They don't. They need to be the best self that they can and what they want. So can't tell nobody, hey man, you need to get married and settle down because maybe that's not what they want. So I ain't knocking it or whatever. If you want to be out and loaf, then go on and loaf. But don't tell nobody, hey man, you need to be like me because I'm good. Like everybody got their own thing. So that's that. But I really wanted to talk about this Manti Te'o shit because this is exactly what I be talking about, and I be needing some real concrete examples on why people shouldn't be out here loafing. And loafing is laying out an anti-fucking. This is exactly what I'm talking about. As far as like this wasting time stuff or whatever, and you just laying around doing stuff and you get caught up or whatever. And this is a perfect example of why you shouldn't do this stuff, man. And if you want to do it, I strongly suggest not to do it. But if you're going to do it, this is what could come about. So you need to figure out how to avoid some of this stuff, whatever. It's dangerous, a dangerous lifestyle. So for those that don't know, I'm sure you should, whatever. If you're not, go Google it or whatever. And this is an old story, whatever. This happened like 2012, 2013, something like that. But it kind of resurfaced because it's on Netflix or whatever now, and it's got a documentary, and now people up there talking about they feel sorry for him and feel bad, and it was a bad story, and I don't feel sorry for that fool. I think that he was in on it or whatever. It's a lot of stuff or whatever, man. I'm gonna get into it in a second, but regardless if he was just plumb dumb and naive to anything, whatever, I don't feel sorry for him because at the end of the day, somebody should have been able to put him hip to like why you shouldn't be doing this or whatever, and to avoid this stuff. He knew better, and if he didn't know better, then he's at fault. You can't just say, "Oh, well, I didn't know," so have be sorry for me. No, that doesn't change the result of you did what you did. So I'm sorry, I just can't. But you know what I mean. Even if you don't want to like knock him or whatever, I'm not gonna make him a hero or what like he did. Like, come on, man, stop it, man. But Here's from my perspective what I think, and then y'all can go ahead and figure out what y'all gonna think or whatever, and disagree, agree, comment, whatever the case may be. But let's start off with this. My thing is, Manti Te'o definitely was a virgin. There's no way that a an athlete that's in college that is that popular is not getting pussy thrown at him on a regular basis, and he ain't hit not one, because I know what virgins act like, and virgins do stuff like that when they aren't around women because they don't have time to be doing all this stuff. As many women that's coming to you on a regular basis or whatever, or let's just say they ain't, but as soon as you get your first taste or whatever, you're gonna want some more. You're gonna be on the hunt. And if you ain't never had it, whatever, you not gonna have that desire or effort to be like, man, I need to get out here and do this and do that or whatever. I'm going to just go on the computer and just develop a fake relationship with somebody, whatever, for 3 odd years or whatever, because I ain't got nothing else to do. I ain't got no women to be around. You can tell he was a virgin. Men that have had sexual encounters don't do that. They don't act like that. They don't do that stuff, man. So, I mean, even if he wasn't like fully out there like that and he had like a couple of bras or whatever that he didn't hit, he would at least had a girlfriend or a main joint, whatever. Like that's just crazy. The story just don't even make sense or whatever. And it's just some things I would respect it more if he just came out and told the truth. Hey man, I was a virgin, I was scared of pussy, I was not confident in myself or whatever, or for whatever the case may be, that I just didn't, want to pursue women like that because I was scared. Just come out and say that. I respect that more than all this bullshit that's coming around, these lies and these non-truths or emitted information that people ain't asking the right questions. That's first of all. You know what I mean? But ain't no way no grown ass man, teenager, young adult is walking around doing that stuff, whatever, and they're not a virgin. And he's out here loafing with imaginary girls that he never met in his life. Like that's crazy. I can even see if you fall for it or whatever, you chatting or whatever for a month at the most, and you ain't seen nothing. At some point, you be like, man, this some bullshit. I'm cutting this shit off or whatever. Like you should be seeing this because that's not how normal people act. Like, and at that one point that he ever tried to meet, or like no red flags, like I've never met this person after like a month, and like this ain't it. It's a whole nother world outside, but I'm still up here in this imaginary world with this person I've never seen before in my life. Like the technology wasn't all that in 2013, but it was definitely enough where you could do video calls, all that. Like, cut that out, man. Cut it out. Stop it. I mean, we're gonna get to what I think, whatever. But non-virgin, sexually active people don't have that much time to waste. And for real, he didn't have any real friends that was with him, because if I went to school with him and I was his boy, and I've experienced firsthand dudes that has been in my circle that have lied about getting girls, the amount of girls that they have, and you can see the difference of how we would normally act, the ones in the crew that was getting it, you know what I mean, or had it and was on the pursuit of it, to those that weren't getting it, ain't never had it, and their lack of effort to pursue the women. You could clearly see it. So when you see it, these questions come up. Like, man, what's going on with you? Why you ain't getting this girl? What do? Where your girls at? And then it gets to the point where, based off their response, then it gets to like, you get clowned. And honestly, I would clown people, whatever, out of tough love. And that's just how we were. We always do it or whatever. It's like, man, you gotta get yourself together, man. You gotta get right. You know what I mean? So I know personally two people in my circle in college that were virgins or wasn't getting none. They got clowned. And I'm like, yeah, you gotta tighten up. You gotta get right. Because if you're gonna be around us, you know what I mean, you're gonna have that label on you. And if you want to accept it, then cool. If you honest about it, then hey, then you honest about it. I can respect that. But you ain't about to be around me making up these lies and fantasies or whatever that don't make any sense. We out here getting it. You not. And then you up there giving these excuses, oh, I got a girlfriend at home. Nobody never seen it. Nobody seen no pictures of it, whatever. But I mean, we're not doing that. Not it wasn't happening on my watch. So if he had some real ones, they'd have been checking him. And especially you, a college athlete. I ain't talking about some regular dude on the team. You're a like superstar. Ain't no way. They should be up there first line, like getting the groupies for you, keeping them away from you, or whatever the case may be. Like it would be some type of somebody would be able to vouch, like, yeah, he had plenty of women. Not one time in that whole documentary did any of his friends say, yeah, he had plenty of women, or he had his fair share of girls, or whatever. None of that. None. Pay attention to the details. And again, real one will be like, look, man, if you gonna be like this, whatever, just say it, whatever, and we can accept you for who he is, but you ain't about to put out no front or whatever. We not about to play no games with you, whatever. We here to protect your best interests. And if you got a problem getting some whatever, what's what we here to help for. That's what family's supposed to do. That's what your friends are supposed to be doing. Not just covering up some shit just because we just want to, you know what I mean, keep you happy, whatever, and ride your coattails till you get to the NFL and whoop de whoop. That's not how it's supposed to be. And the story just didn't make any sense at all, man. And then once he figured out, I guess, or whatever, like something was going on, like he still lied about it afterwards instead of him being a real one and just like, oh yeah, like, man, all right, I got. I was stupid. I got. He still continued to lie. So anybody that continues to lie like that or whatever, you can't believe what they talking about. They'll lie about anything. So they'll just lie, like make it seem like they the victim because they want that attention. He definitely was a gypsy. He wanted the attention and liked the attention that he was getting based off of these lies that he was saying. You get what I'm saying? So he wanted the attention. So I don't believe him. That's what a lot of these dudes that end up being simps and tricks and all they lie. So I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Some people just don't be, yeah, he trying to flip it around now. Now he got his 15 minutes of fame back because he got this Netflix thing or whatever. And you know what I mean? Now he gonna hold that victim card. Not a victim. I think he was complicit in the beginning or whatever. And worst case scenario, he should be complicit based off his ignorance. Because he tried to lie and cover it up. I just don't get it, man. And look how it ruined his career. Once he got exposed for being a liar and loafing, because again, he was laying out an anti-fucking. That's exactly what that was. It ruined his career. So once he got outed, that last game in the bowl game or whatever, played his worst, and then he got drafted or whatever. He was never the same. He didn't have that confidence because nobody believed him, whatever. And he just looked like a Bama, like for real, a virgin, or potentially gay, or both. And if that's what you want to be, just be outright and just say that. But he's not going to do that. So now he's got a wife with a man. We know that now all of a sudden, like that's what it took for you to get a girlfriend. They covering that up, whatever, because he probably is gay and he wants to keep that off of him or whatever. And so he'll cover that up or whatever with that relationship, just so I mean, he can hide what he truly was doing. That's basically it. But I don't know, man. That's why I'm saying people just need to stop with that loafing stuff, man. If you're going to do what you're going to do, man, just go straight up at it or whatever and be honest and upfront. Don't up there be trying to do all that sneaky, slithery stuff or whatever, man. You know what I mean? Because eventually you're going to get caught up or whatever. You're going to get emotionally attached and involved or whatever. And it's going to mess up your common sense and your decision making. Before you know it or whatever, you knee deep in some stuff that you ain't even intend to be in or whatever, and it's gonna mess up your life. Because it damn sure messed up his career. I guarantee you, if you had the chance to do it again, he probably would have did without all that stuff and did the normal route or whatever. He would come out or whatever, or you know what I mean, get some women. So That's why I tell y'all about this loafing stuff. Y'all up there keep up talking about hanging with these girls and being your best friend, but knowing damn well if that girl want to give you some or whatever, you're gonna jump right at it. You gotta have boundaries set. You can't just be like, oh yeah, because then, all right, let's say you're not really interested in this girl, or whatever, but you hanging around with her and y'all playing relationship or whatever. She start catching feelings. She start getting jealous or whatever because of what you doing or whatever. I'm like, we just friends. Boundaries have to be set. I have female friends or whatever. I don't hang with them. If we just out and about or whatever together, whatever, just like like a group or something like whatever. All right, cool. I'm not about to be focusing and dedicating all of my time with one person on a regular basis, and we're just friends. That's why I said, well, if I'm with somebody and I'm going to be spending time with them, whatever, like that's going to be my girlfriend or wife. That's my friend. So I just don't get it. I can't do that or whatever. But just know the risk that comes along with that. If you choose to do that, I'm telling you that loafing is dangerous. It gets you hurt, whether it's financially, physically, mentally, emotionally. It's a dangerous game. So if you want to play that game, just know the risks that come along with it. It's your boy King Moses, live from the porch. Again, it's for the show. It's not for the show, it's for the know. And I pray for these kids. And let me know what y'all think. Share, like, subscribe, all that other stuff. And let me know what y'all think, man. I'm out.